TAB Sportsbet Market Update.
Jamie Rogers here from TAB Sportsbet. Tab Millions continues this Saturday at Royal Randwick with TAB Sportsbet guaranteeing a minimum $1 million New South Wales TAB first four pull on the BMW Doncaster Mile. So have a crack around the nation at tab.com.au or call us on 133 390.
Carnival Confidential, proudly brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. You're on at tab.com.au.
Welcome again to Carnival Confidential. Yes, we're walking and we're talking. Here we are at one of the wonderful marquees at Royal Randwick. We've returned. It's Derby Day, David Jones Australian Derby Day. And what an occasion we've got. What a show we've got for you. We look back at the Derby, we look ahead to the Doncaster, and with a few of my friends, we'll also tell you a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes. And don't forget, all the action from the Inglis Sales. Buckle up, here we go. It's Carnival Confidential time. Well, Carnival Confidential certainly prides itself in going where the cameras don't normally go. And here we are on day 4 of the BMW Sydney Carnival. It is, of course, David Jones Australian Derby Day, and one of the pivotal races, another Group 1, is, of course, the Inglis Sires Produce Stakes, the makings of some of the greatest 2-year-olds of all time. All too hard. Will it be all too easy? Well, we'll find out certainly in a couple of hours' time. And certainly it is one of those things where Inglis is the sponsor of a great race, but also has down at Newmarket some of the greatest sales of all time. And one that kept us very interested, of course, is the one we're about to show you. $2.6 million. We'll see if this little filly can live up to Big Bro and, of course, Big Sis, Black Caviar. The crowd swelled suddenly at the Inglis Sales complex when Lot 200 entered the ring on day 2 of the Australian Easter Yearling Sales. A half-sister to the great Black Caviar by Australia's most revered stallion, Redute's Choice. A short but fierce bidding war ensued, and at the end of it, BC 3 thoroughbreds looking to become a major force at yearling sales across the nation took home the filly for a whopping $2.6 million, beating out Black Caviar's trainer Peter Moody. The other lot to go for more than $1 million was a half-brother to triple Melbourne Cup winner Mackay Diva by Outstanding Sire Street Crime. This time, Peter Moody secured the colt, paying $1.2 million for the potential stallion. With the carnival now back at Royal Randwick, plenty of Sydney's social butterflies were soaking up a rare day of sunshine at headquarters. David Jones Carnival ambassador Megan Gale was among them, enjoying the fun and frivolity of one of Sydney's biggest race days. It's some day out here at the David Jones Australian Derby, and again, Carnival Confidential gets to speak to all the big names. Don't get much bigger than this. Megan Gale, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. I heard you're a big fan of the show.
Well, yes, I've run into you guys many times out here. Are you guys a big fan of David Jones and myself?
Love it. Shop there all the time. Love you. There you go. That's the right response.
The support, you see,
absolutely.
It's evident.
It's scratching the back thing. Today's a great day out. Derby Day always is. What's caught your eye today?
Oh, look, I think with fashion, it's with racing, it can be interpreted in so many different ways. Derby Day, though, I think women are somewhat limited with the black and white theme, but I think with autumn and especially the trends that are happening now, people are playing around with textures such as leather and lace and tweed and faux fur, so people are really embracing it and putting their own little twist on it.
And just finally, looking ahead, there's another 2 days here at Randwick. Are we likely to see Megan Gale here by any chance?
No, I've got to head to Melbourne tonight. The Logies are on tomorrow.
Oh, of course.
So, yeah, on to the next thing for me.
Well done. And what else is into the future? Are you looking at anything in particular? Anything special?
Don't plan in the future too much. I like to live in the moment.
Like it?
So I'm just working hard and doing my thing. That's about it.
And no doubt tuning in on Wednesday nights to watch Carnival Confidential. Megan Gale, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
As I said, we talk to all the big guns, and Megan Gale is definitely one of those. We've got plenty more coming up on the show. Stick with us. The running of the 151st Australian Derby was the highlight of a sensational day's racing. The morning scratching of Ocean Park left Laser Hawk and Kiwi filly Silent Achiever as the 2 clear punters elects. But it was to be a battler's derby, as maiden gelding Ethiopia stormed home to give Reece McLeod only his third Group 1 victory and by far the biggest.
Ethiopia's challenging out wide. Polish Knight and Ethiopia, they go to the line. Ethiopia won the derby.
A fantastic training effort by Mornington mentor Pat Carey, his second major Sydney triumph after Cedarburg in last year's BMW. Carey has always thought Ethiopia had the talent to make the grade.
He could be a bit special, this horse. He's very raw. If you look at him, he's that lovely big scopy sort of horse. Second dam spy's appeal. And he's just a classic stayer in the making.
The Derby didn't provide the only Group 1 upset of the day, as former expensive yearling Master of Design scored at odds of 30-1 in the TJ Smith Stakes for the sprinters.
Rail Master of Design coming with a late run. Rain of Fairs digging in, he finds plenty. Master of Design lunged on the outside.
And Golden Slipper hero Piero proved he was, without doubt, the best 2-year-old of his generation, with a resounding win in the ATC Sires Produce Stakes, beating Black Caviar's half-brother All Too Hard.
This little bulldog raced up and hit the lead. The unbeaten Colt's in front. He's out in advance of All Too Hard, and Piero does it again. Piero beat All Too Hard.
TAB Sportsbet Market Update.
Jamie Rogers here from TAB Sportsbet. Tab Millions continues this Saturday at Royal Randwick with TAB Sportsbet guaranteeing a minimum $1.5 million Super Tab quaddy pool on BMW Doncaster Day. So have a crack around the nation at tab.com.au or give us a call on 133 390.
Here on Carnival Confidential, we've got a few of our mates here, Brent. We've got our Carnival insider, Brent Zarafa, and a lot of the fans of the show been chatting amongst themselves, and they've been telling us they've got some great highlights. But what's your highlight out of David Jones' Australian Derby Day?
Hard to go past the win of Piero. It was billed as a showdown between him and the fellow unbeaten colt, All Too Hard. And you'd have to say it was a knockout victory to Nasrullah and Gay Waterhouse, with the Golden Slipper winner being supremely triumphant.
Yeah, 5 out of 5, absolutely flying Piero, and perhaps Triple Crown. Have we heard anything yet?
Well, you'd like to think so. If the horse pulls up well, you'd imagine that Gay Waterhouse would press on. She said that's her intention all the way along, and the way he went today, who's to say he wouldn't run a mile?
That's certainly something to look forward to on the last day, day 6 of the BMW Sydney Carnival. But there is one horse, I know you've been spruiking it in the lead up, and wow, what a performance today.
Yeah, she's a star, Atlantic Jewel. We saw what she did in the Sapphire Stakes, and 12 months ago, Black Caviar absolutely destroyed the field in the TJ Smith Stakes. It wasn't in the same race, but I'd have to say that her win in the Sapphire Stakes was just as good. She did it just as easy. 5 from 5, makes it 6 from 6 today, and she's a star. Who's going to beat her? I don't know.
Outstanding, Brent. Thank you very much. Yes, there you go. Our Carnival insider giving us the good oil. Now, looking ahead to this coming weekend, of course, it's Doncaster Day. Let's take a look back here on Carnival Confidential. This was a special one. Vision and Power for Joe Pride.
Look, it was a fantastic campaign from the horse. He actually won 6 races that preparation. He ended up winning. He had probably 10 lifetime wins, and to win 6 of them in one prep. He was just in superb form, and he came back from a spell. He was in great order, and he won first up at Rosehill over 1400, and won again second up. Picked up another restricted race, and then picked up the Parramatta Cup. And once he had done that, I sort of thought, well, I've probably done all I can do with this horse, and I was really pleased, but sort of gave him another roll of the dice, and I really thought the horse was in great form. I didn't want to put him away just yet, so we ended up pressing on to win the Rider at the next start, Group 1, and then the Doncaster. So it was a great preparation. As I say, 6 wins. It's pretty rare a horse can do that.
Black Piranha's coming through with Vision and Power. Black Piranha, Vision and Power got him on the line.
We'd got a heavy track to win the Rider, and it was an unexpected win. It really was. I still can't believe he won that race. He probably was. I think there were 11 Group 1 winners in that race, and it was a massive effort, albeit on a heavy track. And got to Doncaster Day, and the tracks had dried out a bit. It was only a dead track, and I sort of thought, well, I think we might have had our birthday here already, so I wasn't expecting too much. And he was trapped wide in the run. I think he was ever any closer to about 4 or 5 off the fence, which you can do in these big Remick miles. Came the widest runner down the straight, and he got sort of turned sideways a little bit, and that sort of alarmed me. And then I just still watching him with my wife Kylie, and still not expecting him to be able to get there. And the most amazing thing, just probably about 150 metres out, they were just in a line across the track, and one horse decided he wanted to win it more than the others, and he just lengthened his stride out and just sent a chill through me. It was amazing. He just dashed to the lead and put paid to them. It was an amazing win, and just sort of jubilant after the race, sort of hugging there with my wife. It was an amazing moment.
They're coming after it on the outside. Musket, Vision and Power, Pinnacles, Triple on a Largo Lad. I don't know where to look. Vision and Power! Vision and Power for Jim Cassidy wins it.
They're lifetime memories, you know, you never forget those moments, and very privileged to be in a job that gives you such defining sort of moments in your career. I mean, there's people out there saving lives that probably don't get the rewards that I do out of my job, and that's not for me to say. I don't know, you know, how they do at their job, but I know that just within racing, you know, the disappointments can be very bad, but also the defining moments and the winning moments are fantastic. He was just a great horse for myself. He was the sort of one of the original horses to strike up an association with myself and Nick Morotis, and just that preparation, it was just amazing, and it gives you confidence as a trainer that you can do things that, you know, well, obviously I hadn't done that before, won a Doncaster, and just gave me the confidence that I could take a horse who maybe didn't look like he was up to that level and take him to a new level. So very fond memories of him, and I'll never forget him.
The BMW Doncaster Mile is the showpiece race on the second weekend of the Carnival at Randwick. The nation's premier mile event, the Doncaster is a race that more often than not is a wide open affair due to its handicap conditions, and usually provides thrilling close finishes. Brilliant mare More Joyous, a flop in last year's edition, looks set to dominate betting again this year.
Let's have a look at the Doncaster market for Saturday here on Carnival Confidential. Well, More Joyous, she's not alone at the top of the betting. She is a $6 equal favourite for the Donny with another mare, Secret Admirer from the Graham Begg stable. Shootout is a $9 chance, and then we get into the double figures. Always a wide market, a big field set for Saturday's Doncaster handicap, and watch out for some special markets at TAB Sportsbet. Next Saturday, of course, will be the running of the Sydney Cup, where our favourite horse, the Carnival Confidential horse, Permit, is now the favourite on the back of the win last Saturday, just in front of the Johnny Hawk's family-trained Niwot. That's it now. We might go and see what Peter Muscat and Permit have been doing this week. It is our Carnival Confidential horse.
Well, I thought we'd meet out here, Pete, rather than in the box of Permit. We've just saw him walk off the track. How did he pull up from Saturday?
Richard, he's taken his race exceptionally well, straight back on his feed, no soundness issues, and as you saw today, he's feeling very well coming off the track.
I heard the track rider say something to you when he come back in. What was the exchange?
He just said that, did he actually have a race on Saturday?
So he's obviously done extremely well.
He's taken it exceptionally well. You know, he didn't have an exceptionally hard run. He got all the favours in the run, which I think has obviously been to his benefit for next week.
What was his work out there this morning?
He just had a swim before he worked this morning, and then he just did a half-pace one on the sand.
What's on his plate for the rest of the week, or the rest of the week and a half?
He'll basically just tick over the rest of this week. He'll have a quiet gallop on Saturday, and then one solid one next Tuesday, and he's ready.
Obviously, his grand final's the Sydney Cup. It's nice to pick up a couple on the way, but is there improvement to come?
Well, the way he's taking his races certainly indicates that he's reaching his peak now, and I would think over the 2-mile trip you're going to see even more improvement again.
I saw someone ask you for an autograph the other day. Was that because you're Chris Waller's right-hand man, or is it because you're looking after Permit?
I think it's Permit, all his doing.
He's become a star. People are talking about him.
Well, he's a lovely character to have around the yard, and you know, everybody is really excited about his efforts, and the whole team is behind him.
Can he win the Sydney Cup?
I think so.
Make sure you get out to Royal Randwick for what promises to be a sensational day's racing, with not only the Doncaster being decided, but 2 other Group 1s in the ATC Oaks and also the Galaxy. The gates open at 10:30 a.m, with the first race at 11:50 and the last at 4:52 p.m. General admission tickets must be pre-purchased and cost $40. Plus, there's the option of the TAB Sportsbet paddock, located in the Randwick infield. The Carnival Second Super 7 competition will be run on the day, whereby anyone who purchases a racebook can enter by attempting to pick the winners of races 3 to 9, Pick all 7 and you could win $200,000. We'll see you next week on Carnival Confidential.
Carnival Confidential, proudly brought to you by TAB Sportsbet. You're on at tab.com.au.
This April, it's raining bets. There's $125,000 in bets to be won every Saturday in April. That's $500,000 to be given away in total. Head into your local New South Wales or Victorian TAB to enter. For more information, check out tab.com.au.
TAB Sportsbet.